Hey everyone, and welcome to Chef AJ Live. I'm your host, Chef AJ, and this is where I introduce you to amazing people like you who are doing great things in the world that I think you should know about. Well, my guests today are Lauren Bernick and Lisa Rice, and they are going to be making some delicious recipes. I don't cook, I assemble tostadas and a raw vegan cashew queso. They are part of the Ultimate Health and Weight Loss Bundle that's available for about another week at an unbelievable price of $49, where you get close to $6,500 worth of content, brand new courses, ebooks, video, coupons, all brand new. If you bought the bundle before, you didn't buy this one because it's new, and they'll tell you about their offering in the bundle, and they're even going to make a recipe for it. They're in 2 different locations, so you'll be seeing them side by side in a minute. Please welcome Lauren and Lisa to the show. Hello, guys. How are you?
Hi.
Hey, Chef AJ.
Hi, Chef AJ.
How are you?
I'm good. It's so good to see you guys. You're new to me, Lisa. I love your last name, Rice, because I love rice.
It's my favorite food. Works out
well. So it's very delicious. So yeah, Lisa, you're new to the show, so maybe tell the audience a little bit about yourself.
I am a health mentor with Dr. Matthew Letterman and Dr. Alona Polday, who you may know from Forks Over Knives. And we have a new healthcare model called We Heal, which integrates diet and lifestyle with all kinds of other modalities. And we just launched the same week. So it's been a little crazy, but yeah, you should check it out. WeHeal.health. I have lots of recipes on there. And I do the health coaching pretty much, but we're called mentors, and they work with all the patients too and clients.
It's right. And is it virtually or in person or both?
Yes. Thank you. It's a virtual model.
Great. Thank you.
And
because you're on every month.
I'm on every month. I'm Lauren Bernick, for those who don't know me. I have a monthly spot on Chef AJ, and it's the second Monday of the month. So next Monday, February 13th, I'll be making chicken salad on pretzel rolls. Well, obviously it's not made with chickens, not chicken salad. I think I call it Happy Chickens. Chicken salad. Yeah. And I made it because I love when I don't feel deprived when I go somewhere. I always bring something like that I think somebody's going to be making. And this was inspired by baby showers, because I've been going to a lot of baby showers lately. And I just went to my niece's baby shower, and sure enough, they had chicken salad on a croissant, and I showed up with my not chicken salad on my pretzel roll, and I felt included. So you can watch that next Monday.
Nice. Wait.
Yeah.
Tell us about what you guys have in the bundle.
We have an ebook. Yeah. It's called I Don't Cook, I Cook a Little. And we decided, both of us are really want to help people transition to a whole food plant-based diet and make it really easy. Because, I think a lot of people are really intimidated. They either don't have time to cook because they're busy working and doing all these other things, or they just don't know how. And they think about changing their diet, and it just seems like, whoa, too much, right? So we created this ebook to make everything really simple. There are recipes in there that you actually don't have to cook. You just assemble them. I'm going to assemble one today for 60 seconds or under. And then there's some that you can cook a little, and they're really delicious too. That's the thing, because we both like to eat, so it has to taste good.
It has to taste good. This is one of the things. It's I cook a little. This is macaroni and cheese with broccoli, and that recipe's in there. And it's just I cook a little. It takes, all you have to do is make the sauce in the high-speed blender. It's like just dump everything in, so easy, and then boil some noodles. So that's an example of I cook a little. But the rest are really assembled.
They're super simple. And, I think with a lot of them, we're not recreating the wheel. If you go and do Google on a lot of these, like plant-based macaroni or plant-based burrito or several of these other things, you'll find a lot of different variations. And I think the thing that Lauren and I really encourage is use our recipes as a base and then make them your own. See if you want, red bell pepper in your queso, roasted instead of tomato, or you want salsa in it. There's so many. Just use the base as your guide, and it's just going to be so easy and customizable.
I love it. Thanks.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see you guys cook in tandem.
Yeah. Well, okay, Lisa, do you
Yes. So I'm in San
first,
Francisco, so I don't have my gadgets. And I usually have a Vitamix, but I do have a NutriBullet. So I halved this recipe. I usually use double what I'm using. So this is the raw queso. And I chopped up one fresh raw red bell pepper and one garlic clove. And this recipe, AJ, you're going to love this recipe. It's so good. I bring it to parties with omnivores and carnivores, and everybody always asks me for the recipe. All right, these are cashews. So when I'm making it in my Vitamix, I don't soak them, but because I wasn't sure how it would go in my NutriBullet, I did actually soak them. And then, of course, we have to have our nooch, our nutritional yeast. So it has that cheesy flavor, right? I'm going to put some of that in.
Yum.
And then I'm going to put in some apple cider vinegar, which gives it a little tang, and it's so good for you because it's got all the probiotics in it. And then I usually juice a whole lime, but I'm just going to do half a lime. I'm sorry, you can't really see what I'm doing. I'll just keep lifting it up. I haven't gotten this quite down yet. The recording in this kitchen. Okay, and then some cumin. I'm going to put a little bit of that in. And, you know, again, this is another recipe. You could put chili powder blend. You could put smoked paprika. I'm just keeping it really simple. You don't have to put salt in it. I'm going to put a little sea salt. And then I think that's it. Okay. And then I'm going to make a little noise here for just about 3 seconds, or maybe a little more. So you basically want to just make sure it's nice and smooth.
Oh, it's so good.
And it's like so easy and so delicious, right? I'd probably blend it a little bit more, but you get the idea. Just get it really super smooth.
Wow.
Well,
That's it. It's
tell
so
them
good.
Our added ingredient that we sometimes accidentally use.
Lauren and I were, do you want to tell it? It was my mistake.
It's actually, so our cookbook actually has videos with it, and it's actually in the bundle, our mistake. But so Lisa was putting the cumin in, and she realized like mid sprinkle that she was putting in cinnamon. And
because Trader Joe's, the jars like look the same, although the cinnamon is green. But anyway, I picked it up thinking it was the cumin.
Well, we dug most of it out. We were like, I mean, we didn't edit the video. It was just like, all right, well,
it was like slow motion. I was like, I just noticed as I was pouring it, I was like, whoa, and it was the cinnamon.
Okay, but it was a happy accident because I have to tell you, it was phenomenal. And the next time I made it, I was like, this is missing something. And I put a sprinkle of cinnamon. And then my neighbors had a baby and I made them chili. The chili is also in the recipe book. And I made the raw cashew queso. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to put a sprinkle of cinnamon. And my neighbor called and he was like, this is the best queso I've ever had, vegan or not vegan. And there's like a little something in there that I don't know what it is, but it's so delicious. So I don't know, you might want to make it and give it a sprinkle.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to mess it up, right? And you like the taste of cinnamon in it. That's great.
But it's barely any, just a little. Okay. Do you want to make your tostada or my amend?
Sure. I've not timed myself, but so one of the assemble ideas, the three of us batch cook beans, right? I eat beans every day. Yes. You guys eat beans every day. And so I'm usually making this with my own beans, but this is how simple it is to just buy the pre-made. These don't have any oil. It's Trader Joe's refried beans. These are Trader Joe's organic black beans, drained and rinsed. I've got I love their organic bagged cabbage mix. I defrosted some of their roasted frozen corn and peppers and onions, which have no oil. And let me see what else. I've got some of their salsa, and I love these hot and sweet jalapeños. And I baked some tostadas earlier. You can buy baked tostadas at a lot of supermarkets, but you've really got to make sure they're baked because the other ones are fried with a ton of oil and a ton of salt. There are several different brands, and on the We Heal website under pantry items, I have a list of the brands that you can get baked. But it's better to make your own, and it doesn't take that long. Okay, I don't know if you want to time me, but I'm taking my tostada shell. Let me see if I'll put this down a little. Okay, you can see now, right? Okay. Yep. So here's refried beans. These are really good. They're, there might be a little more salt than if you made your own, but you're not using a whole lot of them. I'm going to put on some black beans. I'm going to be real messy here. And then I'm going to put on some, I love the roasted corn. I'm going to put some roasted corn on. And I love the peppers and onions, so I'm going to put some of that on. I like the fresh crunch of the cabbage mix. I'm never without this cabbage mix. It's so good. And then I'm going to put on some salsa. And I'm going to put on some of our queso. So if you make a batch of this queso, you've got it. It's good for at least a week. And like I said,
it's never going to make a week at the house. Let me tell you.
No, it won't. This one isn't blended as much as I would blend it, but I didn't want to keep the NutriBullet running too long. And I put on my pickled sweet and spicy jalapeños. And then I like a little bit more crunch with some pumpkin seeds. And that is it.
That was easy. That was like,
it's so easy and it's so delicious.
Well, I make it, you know what? Should I even make the burrito? Well, I'll make the burrito.
Yeah,
it's really the same. It's a lot of the same ingredients, although I have to go to the grocery store. And so I don't have most of the ingredients, but I'm going to
well, and that's the thing. We've got 4 or 5 recipes that when you go to the market and you get all the ingredients, you can make all the recipes with the same ingredients, but it'll be different. Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of different. Okay, I didn't bust out my 2-camera setup because this is just going to be so fast. Okay, so this is actually not the complete recipe that's in the book because I didn't have all the ingredients, but it just gives you an idea. It doesn't have to be exact. So I'm doing refried beans. Normally I would do the black beans that Lisa did. I'm going to just put some raw onions, and this is how lazy I am. I didn't even cook any of the peppers or onions, and you don't have to because you're going to warm it up a little bit. Putting spinach. I'm going to put the coleslaw, same thing, the coleslaw mix. And I made my own queso. This is another queso recipe that's in the book. It's called Austin queso. It's a little bit different, and it's made without nuts. So it's more low fat. It's just made with nutritional yeast and water and pickled jalapeños and salsa. And actually, Nikki Davis made this. Okay, excuse my rolling skills. Nikki Davis made this.
You may have overfilled it.
Yes,
I do that all the time.
And she said her husband said, "I don't know what this is, but I want to eat it all the time." So, okay, so so now I've heated up my pan. And then I'm just going to brown it for like a few minutes on each side. So again, like that was so easy. Not everything in there is Mexican food. I'm going to read some of the things we have. Well, we do have Texas enchiladas. Chili. Yeah, we do have enchiladas, but we have veggie and rice noodles with peanut sauce. We have a sandwich or wrap. We have spicy miso maple sauce.
Yeah, we have a buildable, kind of like a bootable, and a bunch of different sauces. So you can kind of pick and choose your sauces.
Right. Cauliflower fried rice, French fries, date caramel apples. That's like, oh my gosh, that's such a good recipe. The date caramel, you could just dip anything in it. But so that's some of the things. Lisa, don't let me forget to flip my burrito back here.
Oh,
but,
I've done that before.
Oh, we also have like a vegan ranch dressing. I made that. Oh, it's so good. It's delicious.
Yeah.
So go
ahead.
No, it's just, that's another thing that you could put on your bootable or your buildable.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing with that recipe. And I'm sure, AJ, you make your own versions. All of us who are whole food plant-based, we always have like a grain, a bean, a green, a vegetable, maybe a starchy vegetable. And so if you make like 3 or 4 sauces, then you can have the same food every day, but feel like you're having a different meal. I could eat the same thing every day. I don't really need to change it up that much, but it really gives it a lot of flavor and variety, especially if you're just getting started. Like the miso maple, we've got a tahini dressing. There's a couple of peanut sauces in there. And I feel like there's one other, but I can't remember what it is. But yeah, so that's the idea. Just get lots of flavor and make it really simple.
There's pizza in there. There's a bunch of things. that are super easy. And like I said, it has videos too. So I have 2 offerings actually. So I have the book with Lisa, my buddy, and then I have my ACE plant-based eating course. And I made this so that when people are getting started and they feel overwhelmed, it gives them a little, guide of how to do this. So ACE is an acronym. A stands for amend the recipe. So take anything that you used to eat in your days when you ate the standard American diet. In the course, I use chicken fried steak as an example, and I show you how to make that without meat and with a new gravy and all the good stuff. So it's like mashed potatoes and gravy. And you can either use like a portobello mushroom or cauliflower steak, and you bread it and you make that fried. Sometimes you just want a delivery system for gravy. So this is what it gives you. You feel like you're
so
doing it. So amend the recipe. Take anything that you used to eat and make it whole food, plant-based compliant. C stands for cook without oil. And that's one reason that people get healthy when they stop eating a bunch of oil, because oil's just, contrary to popular belief, it's just artery clogging and it's inflaming.
And 4,000 calories a pound. So
yes,
if you cut back on your oil, you're cutting way back on the calories.
Just a tablespoon is what, 120 calories of just pure fat. And then E stands for eat on the go. How do you go out to eat? How do you go to a friend's house? How do you go to a wedding? How do you travel? And my answer is not eat before you go. Like like I was just talking about the not chicken salad. You make yourself feel not deprived by a few simple tricks. So that's my other offering. And this bundle's so incredible. It's not just what we have to offer. That's 2 things, but then you get like 120 other things that go with it. Fitness.
Well, plus,
what are some?
Yeah, all of Chef AJ's recipes, which I'm excited about those because I love like your desserts and stuff, especially. And yeah, I mean, I think there are a lot of people who contributed cookbooks and recipes who also have the intention of helping people get there by making it simple. I made veg inspired, Kathy. I made a super simple dressing. It was so delicious with a fresh orange.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And there's like yoga classes and there's fitness. And I'm speaking to Julie Latz tomorrow. She has a binge eating program. What else, Lauren? There's a lot. It's so good.
I talked to Victoria Moran. She is she's an icon. She had one of the first vegan books published by an actual author, and that was in 1985. She was on the Oprah show twice, so no slouch. And she's included in our bundle, and she has an Ayurvedic course, and it's amazing. I took it already. You find out your dosha type, you find out how to self-heal just based on what type of dosha you have. And so that's an incredible course. I made these no-bake brownies from Stacey Heine, Get the Glow Up. It has a little piece missing in the back there because I don't know what happened to it. But anyway, no bake. It took me literally 2 seconds. And then you just freeze them. So that's brownies. I mean, that's delicious. I made this is from Ann Arbor Vegan Kitchen.
I'm speaking to her Wednesday, and I'm actually making her brownies.
Oh wow, she's incredible. So yeah, incredible. Just like a burger recipe, and then we have the fries in our cookbook, which God, and there's so many things. Fitness.
We also have the baked tostadas.
Oh yeah, we have the baked tostadas. I've been doing like some strength training classes from the bundle. I've been loving that.
And the yoga classes. I can't believe it. Robert Cheek is a contributor. And then Tim Kaufman. I love him. I love his whole transformation story. He's so inspiring. That's the other thing. Like if you're interested in this bundle, it's just so incredible because you've got everything in one place. And it's like if you're going to make an investment in your health, $49, and you'll have it for the rest of your life, like as long as you download it, right? And it's everything that you could possibly want.
Right. And they have a year to download it. By the way, a couple of questions. I'm curious how you guys met, but also what I'd like to know is people are asking, some people just can't have nutritional yeast. So what do they do when they want to make a cheese sauce?
Make it without it. Just a little miso paste will give you umami, right? You could use mushroom powder. That's also umami. I always put a little mustard in. So you could take any of the recipes and just, I make one that has white potatoes, orange sweet potato. You don't have to have the nutritional yeast. It has miso, mustard, garlic, like all the other things, but no yeast, no nutritional yeast.
No nooch, huh?
No nooch.
Yeah, you can do it. It's not a problem if you can't eat the nooch.
So how did you guys hook up in 2 different cities across the globe?
We were actually in the same city.
Oh, you were in the same city at the time. That's why.
Yeah, I was in Austin and I reached out to Lauren because I'd been following her in the Austin, what's that group called that you were?
Austin ATX Alive.
The ATX Alive
pod group.
Yeah. So, and then when I was leaving the medical wellness center, I reached out to her to see if she might be interested in taking my job because I was trying to help them fill the spot. And we got together and it was love at first bite. But tell her the other part of the story, which is so awesome and crazy.
So we figured out we were separated at birth because we were both born in Queens at the same hospital, delivered by the same doctor. We had the same pediatrician. So it was a few years apart, but we still say we're separated at birth.
What are the chances? And we met in Austin, and it was so funny because that the night we discovered that, remember we were texting each other pictures of our birth certificates because they looked exactly the same.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, so we were meant to be friends, and we hit it off. You know, when you just immediately. And
we really bonded over food for sure, and we had so much fun the first time we made a video together.
Yeah. And our husbands like each other and we go out. It's nice.
And our husbands are both like, you guys need to do something together.
That's how I feel about Dr. Goldhammer, that I was separated at birth from him. Well, I don't know if that's so much of a compliment though, but
why is that?
No, I'm kidding.
You're both superheroes. That's the compliment.
I'm just kidding, you guys.
And then, my burrito is finished. Let me fix it up here. So that didn't take long. I just browned it a little. And then
I love doing that because it's like crispy.
It's so pretty.
Crispy on the outside and soft on the inside. And if you have the raw queso, it's good to dip it.
Okay, let me cut it. Cut it on an angle like my friend Lisa does, try to make it pretty.
Yeah, it's so fun when it's cut like that.
I know.
And I love the sprouted tortillas. They're like a godsend. Those are the Ezekiel ones. The Trader Joe's here, it doesn't have the Ezekiel. They have the Alvarado Street, which are really good too. They're a little bit softer.
Do they have oil?
No, they're sprouted and no oil.
The Alvarado Street ones?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm just going to put a little queso. I like to put a little lettuce on top. I'm going to put my pickled jalapeños. And then I'm going to put my queso. I don't have Lisa's queso, but you could do that.
Yeah, but that queso is so good too. It's like a nice hot, ooey gooey queso.
Oh, I put the queso in it. I'm not going to put it on top. But that's it. How fast was that? It's delicious and it's crunchy and it's hot. Cooks all the stuff. You don't even have to cook the things in it in advance.
Well, and it's so crazy because like you taste that and you're not like, oh, this is whole food plant-based. You're like, this is just an awesome, delicious burrito. Like my husband loves those.
Oh my God. It's so good.
Right? I crave them. All this food, that's the thing, right? I mean, it's really just about flavor with any food, right? We're using all the same spices and flavorings, right? All the herbs and things. And the food is delicious and healthy and good for you.
Yeah, that's the thing that I hope people understand is that, you know, if you have some health concerns or you just want to age well, the food is delicious and you get to eat more. You get to eat just not as much as you want because you don't want to pig out, but I mean, until you're satisfied. And I never got to eat that way before. And now I've reversed heart disease. I've lost 20 pounds by eating this way. It's going on 8 years, and I've never had a good relationship with food until I started eating this way. And now I feel like in control. I feel like I get to eat what I want, and it's all delicious.
Yeah, I got into it too for health reasons. I mean, I didn't have a serious health issue like that, but back in college, I would get really awful bronchitis every winter, and the doctors would give me antibiotics, and the next time I get it will get worse. I actually developed adult onset asthma, and I got walking pneumonia. I was really sick, and I met this woman, and she had me just completely go plant-based. It was in New York, and she was macrobiotics. It was basically macrobiotic diet. And within 6 months, I had acne, my skin cleared up. I lost a few pounds, my lungs cleared up, and I never had bronchitis again. And that was a long time ago, over 40 years, I think. And so that's really what inspired me too, like just making the connection between the food I eat and how I feel and my health. And I think that we can all relate to that, right? So we want everybody to have that experience.
Yep.
Nice. Well, get the bundle, guys. Get the
bundle.
It's gone. It's gone.
Yeah. Yep. And
our link is in the show notes.
Yeah, and get it by February 12th at midnight, because after that it won't be available. And it's what is it, like $6,000 worth of
I mean, if you added everything up together, and all the courses will be sold for their real price. So there's a $400 course by Chef Kelly Williamson. Tammy Kramer's batch cooking course is about $200. My Fall in Love with Vegetable course is $97 for $49. I mean, it seems like it's a no-brainer,
Absolutely.
My course, my Ace plant-based eating is $79.
Yeah, and I like to
buy. How could you
exactly not? Like, look at how much money you spend just going out to eat, or with inflation now, you can't even have a meal for $49. And this way you get all this information, you can make your own meals and save a lot of money.
It's funny because we have a meetup here in a couple of weeks, and I just prepaid, and for me and Charles it came to $49.98.
Wow.
Yeah, and for that I could have got 2,000 recipes. Oh my God.
Well, thank you for
thank you.
Letting us be a part of it. I just feel so honored to be among all these amazing plant-based people. It feels so great to be in this community. Are
you going back to Austin, or are you going to stay in San Francisco?
Well, we want to stay here, but we have our son is there, and so we're kind of going back and forth now. We thought we'd try San Francisco for a year.
Wow. And once you're in California, you can't leave California. It's not.
I know. I love California. I really missed it when we moved to Austin. So yeah.
All right. Well, thank you.
So we'll have to get together. We're not far.
You could have come to our conference we had with Dr. Goldhammer, Dr. Lyle. A lot of people come from San Francisco.
I would love to do that.
Oh man, that's great. Well, nice to meet you, Lisa. Thanks, Lauren. Lauren, we'll see you on Monday for
see you next week.
Plant-based classics with Lauren Bernick. Thank you, guys, and thanks all of you for watching another episode of Chef. When I do 5 shows a day, I don't even know my name is. I can't say my name. Chef AJ. Come back in 90 minutes for Justin Bellamy. We're going to be talking batch cooking.